welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, happy Saturday and welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., where we let you know what's really happening in real estate and the financial markets, and we bring in some of the best guests we can find now for, believe it or not, over 6.5 years we've been doing that. And if you go to our YouTube channel by going to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com, click on the YouTube channel, guess how many videos there are? Believe it or not, 1,700 videos now. Wow. With interviews with some of the top professionals like we have today. We have one of our really good friends, one of our favorite real estate professionals. And I say professionals. There's a lot of people pretending to do real estate or hoping to do real estate or doing real estate part-time. Not this wonderful lady, Miss Charleen Mullin with REMAX is joining me today. She's actually my guest and my co-host because Gino's out today.
Wow.
Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you. Now, what's really nice, we always kind of start off with, why is Charleen on the show? One, how long have you been doing real estate, Charleen?
I am in my 32nd year of real estate in Santa Clarita Valley.
All right. So I'd love you to go and join us at the studio because we do video this live with 3 HD cameras. And go to donandgino.com. Look, click on the live streaming button, and you're going to say, no way did that lady do real estate for 32 years unless she started when she was 6.
Well, no.
Because you do not look old enough to do real estate for 32 years.
Amazing, but I have.
But what's kind of cool is between us, we have over 60 years experience.
Wow, that's crazy.
So we're going to give you some pearls of wisdom in various aspects. One, the rural community. What do you do if you or somebody you know is looking to buy or sell a home in Acton, Agua Dulce area? You need to be an expert in those areas. Trust me on that. That's where I started. Do you know that's where I cut my, I started out. I worked out of Palmdale,
wow.
And I went to Acton, Agua Dulce because nobody else would.
Right.
So I had no competition.
Right.
I was just a young buck at 22 years old, straight out of college.
Wow.
Yeah, my Ford Mustang. Yeah, that's a great car to drive around Acton, Agua Dulce, right?
Yeah, that's true. If you want to pick up a ticket.
Exactly. It was. I mean, those are rural roads. I'm like, my Mustang did not like it. I later got a truck, and it was much easier.
There you go. Yeah. Well, a lot of them are paved now. It's not as many dirt roads. As
This is true. This was 30 years ago.
Right. Right.
So we're going to talk about that because there's idiosyncrasies about the rural community. So a lot of you I've thought about it, especially now with prices going up crazy here. A lot of people are starting to head back that direction, right?
Yep, yep.
Because I know that became a hot market, and then it slowed down, and people were like, I don't know if I want to drive all the way out there. Now people are like, if I have to, or if I want a ranch-style home.
Right.
No better place, or a horse property.
Open space, just, not right up against your neighbors. That's what a lot of people move out there for. A lot of people move out there for horses, or their car enthusiasts and things like that, so they need more space. They want to build garages, things like that. So.
Well, that's what I see a lot out there. Of course, the horse people, my hairdresser just moved out there. She's so ecstatic. She's like, I wish I would have done this 20 years ago.
Yep.
Because she was boarding her horses with somebody else. She goes, so I didn't use them, see my horses as much as I want. Or now I have my own stables and all. Actually, she's now got a side income because she's boarding horses for other people. Wow. So she goes, what's cool? They're helping pay my house payment and pay all my expenses for my horses, and I get to be with my horses every day.
There you go.
So she's ecstatic. She loves being out there.
Yeah. Well, I love it out there. I live out there. I've lived out there 29 years. We raised our kids out there. Had, just amazing, they say they had amazing childhood driving their dirt bikes, their quads, their, go-karts around the neighborhood. And our neighborhood was friendly to all that as they were growing up. So, Well,
it's different when you can just go outside your backyard and go ride your motorcycle.
Right, exactly.
You used to be able to do that when I first moved in Santa Clarita. I went out to Wash in Saugus and headed out, and you could do that. But now you'll get a ticket as soon as you leave your backyard.
Yep.
But, I still ride out in Agua Dulce and Acton areas and stuff like that. And it's still amazing. But you can't do that here in the city.
And we had horses and all of that out there. But, I like to sell property out there because it's a very family-oriented, community-friendly. People, a friend of ours, there was a fire out there, and she came home, and a stranger was watering down bushes in front of her house for her. And that's just the guts of our community out there, that everybody helps one another. So it's really nice.
It's kind of nice to hear about that kind of community is still around, because in Santa Clarita, and I've lived here since '76, so I've been out here a long time, but everybody's so busy nowadays, especially with kids having 92 sports they got to do and have to get 4.8%, 4.8 GPAs, and it's really hard for them to just enjoy like the environment or enjoy the community. It's nice that Acton Agua Dulce still has that. Am I right?
It sure does. Yeah, it does. It's still a small town feel. They have the 4th of July huge parade. Agua Dulce has their our big parade coming up. I believe it's September 16th. And it's the Agua Dulce Parade and Country Fair. That's a great event. If you want to come out and see that event, it'll show you what the community is like and the feel of the people that live in the community. They have a dance, they have a dinner, there's carnival games for the kids, all kinds of stuff. So that's a really fun event.
That is fun.
It's once a year in September, and it's just a
and
really
you probably
fun
know
feel.
most of the people that go to that event.
I do. I am part of the women's club out there in Agua Dulce, so I'm part of that event, also in the planning. The women's club out there is trying to build a new women's club facility to help the community. It's very community oriented. Do fundraisers for all the kids, different, Cubs, Scouts, and the Queens, the Royal Courts. There's all kinds of fundraisers that go on.
No doubt, huh?
Yeah, it's real small town feel.
I like it out there. I mean, like I said, I cut my teeth out there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, if you're thinking about buying out there or selling out there, one thing I can guarantee you, we're sitting here with Charleen Mullin with REMAX, an expert out in rural communities, because it is different. You have to understand the communities. You have to understand, if you're looking for horse property, you know where to find the horse properties, what's available out there. You know the difference between a well versus trucked in water versus road maintenance agreements and all those things that testing the well and arsenic levels and all those things that are unique to Acton Agua Dulce, that somebody that doesn't understand the area may lead you astray, because they'll just go, look at this beautiful home, and you find out that, the well doesn't pump out more than 1 gallon per minute, and the arsenic levels are too high or whatever.
Right.
There's places, and you understand that community better than anyone.
Well, and I understand it. I've sold real estate out there for 32 years. One of the first transactions I did was out there, and that's kind of what led us to buying a home out that way, is seeing the open space and everything. But there's areas that are better for water. There's areas that are on city water, so there's shared wells. So like you said, so I know those areas, and I know what a client wants and what they're willing to do. So I can,
how rain affects that area too.
I do. Yeah, and flooding. There's
because you got to know that stuff. And I'm not trying to scare anybody, but once you know, then you prepare. It's no big deal. If you know that this wash that goes to your home could flood out, you know to be prepared for that, or I don't want to deal with that.
It's a different lifestyle out there. It is. It's great. It's laid back. It's more laid back lifestyle. But there's a lot that goes into owning a rural home, and you need somebody to guide you that has the expertise that can just tell you what to expect. You know, it's an educational process. And then how to help out with the appraisal, knowing the values and where the value is, and the value of land versus non-usable land. And there's so many idiosyncrasies. But the beautiful thing is, one is land out there. Everybody I know that's moved out there just loves the fact that they now have land to do what they want. They're putting in, like you said, their shops for working on cars, or they're parking all their toys and their motorhomes and boats and having my buddy who moved out there. He's like, yeah, it's just different. Now I have goats and chickens. And, and he's like, chickens.
I would have never thought I'd do that. He goes, but I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And you can do all that. And, you have to be respectful of your neighbors and things like that. But it's a great community to live in.
All right, Charleen, we have another segment. We're going to talk about some really important information for first-time home buyers.
Okay.
There's a lot of you out there. There better be anyways. How can they get a hold of you? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is my direct line, which is 661-713-8216. I am at REMAX off the old road in Santa Clarita.
What's your website?
And my website is charleenmullin.listingbook.com. So you can reach me at any of those areas, and
What's
Yeah.
your cell again? Because I know you answer your cell.
It's 661-713-8216.
All right, 713-8216. I know it well, too. I love working with Charleen. One of my favorites to work with. Always there, always caring, always doing it for the right reasons. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that. How does Charleen survive 32 years in the business with mostly getting referrals from her past clients? That should say enough right there. Plus, how is she helping first-time home buyers? Because nobody's helping you out there right now, but Charleen's willing to. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, we'll be right back.